Because I can tell you that before I got into the clothing business, I had zero experience. Zero. I'm dedicating this show to the people who supported Atlas since day one. You know who you are, and I thank you. So before I get started, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get down to business. In 2017, I was called, it was like February, the second week of February of 2017. I got a phone call asking, hey, we need you to come and do a speech at our old high school because the speaker canceled on us last second. And it was 2 weeks out. I said, well, okay, well, give me 5 to 10 minutes to think about it, and I'll call you right back. Now, in 2017, 2 weeks away, I knew that I'd have anything on my calendar. But I want to talk to God first and say, hold on now, God, if you bring me to this, I know you bring me through it. Because when you're talking to kids and you're trying to inspire not only kids, but individual people, period, it's high expectations. It's not easy. So I want to pray about it first. And then when I got my answer, 5 minutes later, I called her back and said, yes, I'll do it. But I didn't know what to talk about. I had no clue what to talk about. So I went to work. I started writing down all kinds of stuff. Dream, invest, act. Okay, there we go. You have to have a dream. You have to invest in a dream. And you have to act on a dream. Got it. A couple days go by. I don't think that's it. So I said, wait a minute. Do what you always do. Pray about it. Ask God to give you the direction. Okay. So I prayed about it. Dropped in my spirit. Goals, persistence, success. What is that? Activate your GPS. See, we've all used the GPS system before, right? You've been somewhere where you're trying to go. You're like, hold on, let me put the address in, like on the phone. Let me put the address in, and it tells you where the destination is, right? It tells you how long it's going to take you to get there. It tells you the distance, if any backups, any delays. It gives you options of the routes, the best route to take, the shortest route versus the longest route. It gives you all this data to help you best get to your destination. Well, that's what I talk to kids about. You got to have goals in life. You have to know where you're going. You have to plan it out. Is it going to take you 6 months, 12 months, 24, what is it going to take? Have an idea of how long it's going to take you to get to your destination. You got to have a goal. The P is for persistence. Because we all experience backups. We all going to have delays. We're all going to get rerouted. But you have to work hard to work towards your goal. You have to stay persistent. And then once you make it to your destination, you are now considered what? Successful. Goals, persistence, success. That's what it's about. Activate your GPS. So we did it. End of February, we did the speech, Black History Month program. Shout out to my old high school, Paris High School. Activate your GPS. Goals, persistence, success. So I posted the video online. My brother-in-law recorded the video for me. I posted it online. Didn't think nothing of it. Then I started getting messages like, "Oh man, I love the speech. I got some out of it." I said, "Oh, good. I'm happy that some other people besides the kids were able to benefit from it." Me in my mind, I was thinking, "Hey, I'm just being a good steward. God gave me the word. I delivered. That's all I could do." About a week or so go by after we did the speech, it dropped in my spirit. Hey, continue that message. Continue that message? Okay. Well, the only way I could think of continue that message at that time was I had a friend that was in the t-shirt business. I called him. I said, "Hey, I need to continue that message about activating your GPS to inspire individuals to create their own success." And he obliged, "Hey, I'll help you." So what we did was we created some t-shirts. Simple. It had activate your GPS on the front, and then it had a power button. like you see on the remote, like the power button. And that symbolizes the powers in you to achieve whatever you needed to achieve. The powers in you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. But then you got to have your goals, and you got to be persistent. That creates your success. And we sold some units. We did. We sold some units. But then life happens, right? You know, he got busy and started doing some other things, and so I wasn't real familiar. Again, I had zero knowledge of apparel business. Zero. So once he went his direction, I stopped selling the units. I stopped pushing the brand. I stopped pushing the Activate Your GPS. A couple weeks go by after that. I'm driving to the office, and it hits me in my spirit. And I hear a voice says, create a brand, but continue to push the message. But this time, don't stop. Okay, God, I got it. From that point, I got home. I talked to my wife. I said, hey, I got a message that this time I have Activate Your GPS, but I need to make it a name that I cannot stop to inspire the world to achieve the goals. I said, I need a name. I can't think of anything. And she said, well, give me a couple days. I'll help you think of something. I said, okay. Day one goes by, of course. I'm like, hey, what you think about? You think of anything? No, not yet. Okay. Day two goes by. You think of anything? Like, no, not yet. Okay. Day three goes by. Nothing. Okay. Now, you know how it is when you keep asking somebody something and they don't deliver, so you're like, I'm not going to keep asking you. Day 5. We wake up and she says, I got it. I got what? The name for your brand. Oh, what? What is it? She says, ATLAS. She said, ATLAS. I still get chills to this day telling that story. And there it is. That was the birth of ATLAS. ATLAS is you. The symbol is you. ATLAS is the world. This is you creating your own goals, you being persistent, creating your own success. That's ATLAS. That's what the story of ATLAS, that's how it came about. I had zero knowledge of how and what a clothing line was, how it was. This is ATLAS. God gave me the vision. And so from that, after I got the word ATLAS, I had to go and search. And if you seek, well, you know, you shall find. So I needed a logo. So I went searching. I went to some friends who created logos. I went to them, I told them the story about goals, persistent success, and what that meant, but I needed a brand, like a logo. No one could do it. So just like anything, I had my goal set. I knew I needed to find it, so I was going to stay persistent. So I was reading this book. It was the book about Toms, the shoes. And the CEO, the entrepreneur, or the founder of that company, he dedicated some pages about resources. When you're starting your own company, you need resources. And so I was reading this book, and it was like, well, one resource is where you can get logos. Go here. I said, well, I'll be. So I went there, and I gave them the description of what ATLAS is about. Helping people, teaching people, or letting people know, have goals, be persistent, and it creates their own success. From there, it sparked out a lot of different logos. But the one stood out. So I got the logo. Said, okay, from here, where do I go? I have no idea. I don't know how to get from point A to point B. So, okay, God, help me out. I need to know the next step. So I started planning, researching. Okay, I need a manufacturer. But I never dealt with a manufacturer. So I went and found some different clothing agencies that says they have expertise in working with manufacturers. So I worked with one in Arizona, worked with one in Minnesota, LA, And you have to remember, when you try to create something from scratch, it takes capital. It takes capital. It takes a lot of capital. And I have a family, I have a business. And so I'm spending all these resources, not getting any return. And so now, like, I have my GPS activated, but I'm hitting some, I got to stay persistent because I'm hitting some roadblocks. I'm having some issues financially trying to get this thing up off the ground and seeing no return. But God gave me this vision, so I have to stay persistent. So anyway, I'm dealing with these agencies. They're not delivering what they say they're going to be delivered, but they are taking the money, right? Some lessons are bought. And I've been buying lessons these last couple of years. So anyways, I found a manufacturer finally. I started working with a manufacturer. I started doing some, retail sales. Started selling some hoodies, some t-shirts, some long sleeve shirts, and it was going well. But I was a one-man band. And if I've learned anything, you have to have a team around you in order to be successful. So key point on the side note, when you're building your company or you're building your business, you can't do everything. There's no way. You have to have a team. So what I did was I paused the retail sales because I was getting overwhelmed. I was running one business. I have a family, I have a wife, I have kids. It's just a lot, right? So I got overwhelmed and I paused. I didn't stop. I paused, but I did not stop. So here we are. So I said, instead of doing retail, I'm gonna focus on wholesale, right? So instead of making one order or transaction, I go to one person and we sell 50 units versus 1 unit to one person. So I reached out to a high school that they had an off-season program. I reached out to them and told them what we was doing with ATLAS and what it was about. And we did their off-season program. Well, I found a track club. Someone brought me a track club and I was able to execute their track club, the tights and the uniforms, they do that. I also work with a baseball organization. And I'm working with some other sports organizations. But I'm even slowing that down because now I have an agency that we're working with and we're working on building out and relaunching ATLAS in the fall, winter of 2022. So I went from literally nothing to build it. I thank God for the vision and the people who supported me on day one once I launched ATLAS and had zero experience and didn't know what I was doing, but I was moving because I had a goal. You know who you are. You supported ATLAS. You was the first one to purchase ATLAS. Thank you. Because let me tell you, it was some dark nights. And when you have a person or people who invest in your vision, say, oh man, I love what you're doing. Because don't get me wrong, there's some people out there right now, man, that logo, that story, that doesn't do it for me. And that's okay too. And that's put it nicely what people have said to me about my logo, about my company, what I'm doing. But it doesn't even matter because I have my goals. I'm staying persistent. And I have a destination, and I'm going to get to that destination. So, what's the main story about? What's the main point? Is I'm here to inspire the world for people to create the goals, stay persistent, so you can create your own success. Stay in your own lane. Activate your GPS. ATLAS is you, and we're coming. So I'm excited. So continue to follow the journey. You can follow us on Instagram at ATLAS_Apparel_Brand. And if you have any ideas or thoughts about it, drop them in the comment section. Again, like always, me and my team will make sure we reach out. And there you have it. I've been wanting to share this story for a very long time. It feels great to share that story with the world. I'm excited. I'm beyond excited. So continue to follow the journey. Continue to send us positive energy and positive vibes as we build and inspire the world with ATLAS. Until next time, peace.